Now is a great time to start a local newsletter because you can write a huge amount of the content with AI. But not only that, if you've already started your newsletter, whether it's local or not, you can actually use AI in order to improve it. ChatGPT, I don't rate it as a writer, but as a tool to be able to analyze what you are writing and suggest improvements, I think it's absolutely great. And we've built ChatGPT into our own tools that help us figure out what's good content for your newsletter and what's not. And the reason you want to care about this is because it's going to get you higher retention, more people are going to stay on your list. Remember, if you own your list, you own your audience, you're going to get more click-through rates, which is going to bring you more money from sponsors and things like that. So I've got a 5-part series here that's going to teach you how to fix your local newsletter, focusing on just that, using AI tools in order to improve the content and then have more people stick around, more people sign up to our list, and therefore click on our links, and then we make more money. So the first thing I want to talk about is engaging storytelling. Okay. Now, you do not have to have a newsletter that is full of storytelling in your local newsletter. You are not looking at creating 1,000 words of original content. What we're going to do is we're going to create a curated newsletter. We're going to take some links from articles and things like that that we have found. We're going to use tools like our tool CopyQuill. You can find a link to that down in the description. And that will use AI to write our newsletter, and then we can just go away and tweak it and add a few extra sections if we want to. But CopyQuill can do most of the hard work for you. Now, the problem with local common pitfalls when it comes to local newsletters is that we take boring updates like generic announcements, and we don't use copywriting skills in order to make them interesting. So some of these things like city council updates or closures to main road, they don't sound exciting, but we can tweak the way we write them so they are engaging to the people that are reading our content, because these are things that people in the local area care about. So when we're not using storytelling, then we find that our content does suffer. If we have a lack of emotion or we don't have a unique angle, we just fail to connect with our audience. And I'm not talking, as I said, about writing paragraphs and paragraphs. You can just restructure one sentence, keep it as a sentence, but you will increase the engagement from your readers so much more. Now, the nice thing about this is you can use ChatGPT, as I said, to analyze dull content. So you could take content straight from another source. So you can find it in a news article, cut and paste that content, and then ChatGPT will analyze it and it will suggest improvements. Now, I'm going to show you an example of this in a second. I'll show you our tool and how we do this, and then I'll let you have a go if you're interested with the tool as well, so you can test it on your own content. But what this is going to do is it's going to help you to identify and fix gaps in your content. And it's going to make people want to read it. And if they want to read it once, then they're going to come back and read it over and over and over again, because you're going to provide value to them, but you're going to do it in an engaging way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to our tool and I'll show you how that works. So this is our local newsletter optimizer. And if you want to have a test out of this, just leave me a comment, local newsletter optimizer or LNO. Just leave a comment down below, and then if I get enough interest, I'll pop this into the description. But basically, it's got a greeting message, and I took this content here, really, really boring. I actually got Google Gemini to write this for me and just said, write me a fictional bit of writing, 200 words, that this is the kind of thing you would find on a local city council website, for example. And this is not massively engaging, but this is relevant to the local community. So what this tool does, and what you can create an AI tool to do, a custom GPT, or do this in ChatGPT, is to analyze the content. Now, we've picked out the benchmarks that we know are important for a newsletter, because we spend a lot of time writing newsletters, and then it's broken it down for us. Okay. So it picks out some of the issues and then it gives us improvements. So this particular tool that we have built, it gives us subject lines. Okay, so if we wanted to do a dedicated newsletter on this, or this was the focus of our newsletter, and then we were going to have like use CopyQuill to curate a load of local events for us and have that underneath, and then maybe a little bit of local history, then this would be a suggested subject line. We've got a few of them here. and a call to action as well, because call to actions are really important for people to click. And what happens with local newsletters is you get paid for those clicks. So you actually want people clicking in your newsletter, because that's going to send people over to sponsors and advertisers, and that's essentially how you are going to get paid. We also have design and formatting information, so giving you suggestions of how to make it more readable, like bullet points and subheadings, about smaller paragraphs, and then also about some images that you could include. Personalization, SEO, which is massive, especially for local. We can get our newsletters to rank very, very easily. And then you can see we've got all of these other points as well that we can take into consideration. What you can also do with a tool like this is you can ask it to rewrite the content for you in a way that is more engaging. But I'm going to show you how to do that in a future newsletter. So if you're interested in testing out CopyQuill, you'll find the link in the description. If you want this, let us know in the comments and I'll drop it to you there, and I'll put it in the description as well if you'd like to test this out for yourself. Otherwise, check out this video on the screen now. It'll give you an overview of the whole process of local newsletters. We'll see you in the next one.